What's up, guys? So, hey, with the Supercross season just 4 weeks away, I want to take a look at the top three 250 riders. Just doesn't matter the coast because everybody hasn't decided what coast, and Pro Circuit won't know until after Christmas. So, I'm just going to go with the top three guys. We'll take a look at that. I want to look at the Arenacross action. If you guys missed it, round one this weekend, Boise, Idaho, you can watch the entire series live for 40 bucks. Please help the series. Go join their pass, watch the races every Friday, Saturday night, and they do some cool stuff over there. And I'll get into that in a minute. But hey, I want to give a shout out to Eddie Morris. He's a legit motocrosser from Michigan. He's also a stuntman. He was in the Squid Game reality show. If you guys have Netflix, check it out. He's player number 43. Yeah, they kind of hosed him on TV time, but hey, go over to his Instagram, check out his bike. It's sick. The graphics he did with Squid Game look pretty badass. But yeah, give Eddie some love and give him a follow. So
you need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
So I want to talk about the Arenacross action last night. They did something that was really cool. And of course, Kyle Peters, the Arenacross master, he's so good at this stuff, this tight stuff. He knows the format. Where he got Ryan Brees, who's a Supercross regular who made an appearance. Brees won the first main, and then they invert the field, and you got to go second row if you win the first main. And Brees got caught up and tangled, but Peters he's familiar with that. He understands Arenacross on a higher level. The only guy that I've ever seen that good at Arenacross is the announcer for the event, Buddy Antunez. And listen, I love Buddy Antunez. I'm a huge Buddy Antunez fan. I think he's a great guy. He's great for the sport. And he actually has some incredibly good insight in the broadcast. But I feel like he took a Xanax before the broadcast because he was just so plain. Like, maybe give him a line of Coke. I don't know, Adderall. But, Bud, man, you got this. Just amp it up just a little bit. Because the problem with it is, those of you guys who record videos and stuff, you'll understand. When you talk normal on camera, it comes off as bland. It's like, what if your personality is an 8, when you film it and look at it, it comes off as like a 5 or a 4. So you got to kind of ratchet it up just a little bit. In particular, play-by-play. It's a tough job. And I make fun of Carmichael, but I'm not saying I could do it because it is a difficult job. But I feel like Ping needs somebody in there who's going to throw it back at him, and his dry sense of humor where he can crack on him a little bit. I think maybe Kevin Kelly would be a great, him and Ping would be perfect. But it is what it is. I love the Arenacross series, and I will be watching. And Budman, you're awesome. Just amp it up. Just turn the volume up a little bit on that, and you're good to go. So getting into the top 3 riders in the 250 class, it was tough. If I did the top 4, it would have been actually pretty easy. So I got RJ Hampshire, who's just outside of the top 3. Not because he can't at any moment win a race, but it's consistency, age. When you get to be his age, you don't make these jumps in your ability or your confidence. Like, he's been there, done that. We kind of know what we're going to get. We're going to get a guy that can win on any given night, but who's going to throw it away a lot. So that's why he's outside. The guy I have at number 3, and it's a bit of a gamble because he's changing teams. Levi Kitchen. Levi Kitchen has gone from, the powerhouse team of this generation, Star Yamaha, to the powerhouse team of before that, which was Pro Circuit Kawasaki. He needed a change of scenery. Sometimes a change of scenery for a guy like Levi Kitchen, who's almost like, he's got the talent. I mean, clearly, how many motos has he won going away? But then he struggles in the other moto. Maybe a change of scenery, a new bike. He said he's extremely happy with that new Kawasaki. So I have Levi Kitchen ranked as your number 3 in the 250 class, either coast. Hey guys, don't forget, if you're hungover and dehydrated, go to Coach Rob's store. And he doesn't say it's for hangovers. I do. But it's also a great workout drink. It hydrates you. It is the best one I've ever had. Like I said, I hit the rowing machine quite a bit, and it causes my back muscles to cramp up. So I drink energy fuel, gone. Also helps arm pump. I mean, what can you say? When you have the right nutrients in your body, arm pump you're less susceptible to it. And then guys, Epic Garage Designs. Epic does some amazing stuff. They'll make your garage a work of art, and they won't break the bank. Like there's very affordable things that can make your garage look way more organized and way better. So number 2 in the 250 class is Joe Shimoda. Another guy changing teams, and I've been a little bit critical of him because he was on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki and he was winning races. Just seemed to find his rhythm, and I was like, man, do you really want to go to the Honda? I feel like the Honda's not quite as good a bike as the Kawasaki or the Yamaha. I feel like the Lawrence brothers made up for that with their ability. Hunter rode his ass off last year to beat Hayden Deegan and be the guy on a bike that I don't think was quite as good. And Joe at this point in his career, they don't hire a guy like Joe to come in there and just get podiums and win once in a while. He's there to win a championship. He's there to fill in exactly what the Lawrence brothers did in the 250 class. So there's a lot of pressure on him, but he looked really, really good at Paris. Obviously, the competition level wasn't where it needed to be, but a win is a win. Anytime you can win anything, that confidence level goes up. You learn how to win. And that's something that Joe, if he can get a good start, and he's starting in the West, props to them. And best agent in the business, Lucas Myrtle, for already announcing that Joe Shimoda will be racing West Coast. And whether he does or not, I'm glad that they announced what they're intending to do. And now I can talk about it, and I can know at Anaheim, Joe will probably be there. So good on those guys. And yeah, Joe is his number 2. All right, guys. So you see the shirts. This one's really funny. It says Amateur Motocross, and it has a guy, like a drunk guy in a lawn chair leaning back with the AMA logo. Ride Strapped has these shirts. Chris does an amazing job. They're $19.99. Goggles. You want your Let's Go Brandon goggles. They got that. Go to Ride Strapped. Check them out. Awesome stuff. And if you're shipping anything with a truck, use Precision Transport. Precision Transport has not forgot about customer service. And guess what? They don't overcharge. Club MX used them, and according to Club MX, it was about half the price as the quote they got from FedEx. And you get customer service, and you're supporting a company who supports motocross. And I don't say motorcross, I said motocross, but I have like a speech deal, so I'm doing my best. Anyway, let's get into the number 1 250 ranked rider. And if you guys have been paying attention, it's not a surprise. This is one of the easiest decisions I've made in a long time. Danger Boy, Hayden Deegan. This kid has stepped it up. I was extremely critical of him when he turned pro. When he turned pro, I thought it was too soon. I thought they were rushing him. I thought he was spoon-fed. I didn't know he'd have the toughness, the mental toughness, the physical toughness, and the drive to take, because he's got talent. We never question his talent. But sometimes when you give kids everything all their life, they just don't know how to dig deep and really fight like someone who's been to the bottom. Like you'll see riders who've struggled their whole life. They have that dog in them. Well, for whatever reason, Hayden Deegan has it. And I don't know where it comes from, but he is badass. And not to mention, now he's training with Tomac at altitude. So he's adding to the program. And that's something that's really difficult for these guys. After you have a really good rookie season, a lot of guys sometimes kind of settle on it and go, okay, well, I'm good. I'm the number 2 guy. Number 1 moved out, so I'm the number 1 guy. And they forget to up their game because everybody ups their game in the off season. Everybody resets and believes they can win heading into those first few rounds. And you have to ramp it up. You have to do something different. Karl Malone, basketball player, every offseason, what he would do is he'd add a tool to his toolbox. He would say, I wasn't good at free throws. He'd get better at that. He'd work on a different spin move. Stuff that you can't develop during the season, you work on drills during the offseason. Clearly, Hayden Deegan understands this, and he's going to bring more tools to the 2024 season. And without a doubt, your Super Motocross 2023 champion, already has upped his game. So yes, he's the favorite to win both Supercross, Motocross, and Super Motocross. So anyway, that's it, guys. Remember, subscribe, and I will catch you later.